Hey guys, Jay from RS Garage. Beside me here is Sonny's MK4 Supra. This is a Southern California car. He had bought an engine through me because his engine had failed and then decided to send us the car to kind of get it straightened out. It was getting passed around a bit, and whether he understood the state the car that was in or he was dealing with technicians that weren't ready to take on the project, we got involved and straightened out quite a bit of stuff. Aside from the broken engine, it was just kind of a mess. It looked like a lot of people had worked on it and nobody had really bit the bullet and focused and got the car in a good state. I talked to some of the shops in California and they kind of made it seem like Sonny didn't really know the problems that he had and maybe it hadn't been conveyed. So I said, look, you can send me your car. I'm not gonna be able to give you an estimate. I'll spend time on it. I'll get it straightened out. I'll get it back to you. It'll be an enjoyable car, which is where it is now. Cleaned up various parts of the engine compartment, went through the fuel system, got a pretty good tune-up in it. It makes over 1160 on a hub and around 1080 on a dyno jet. Just over 30 pounds of boost with a precision 74-75 next gen. That's about where it ran out of the ID 1700cc injectors. For the amount of tire that's on the car, it can't even really manage that power until around 100 miles an hour. So it's still a very fast car carrying through that mid 800 horsepower range until you can get some vehicle speed.
We relied heavily on PHR for a lot of components to get this car back in order. It's pretty awesome that those guys have stuck with the community all this time.
I've got about 500 miles on this vehicle with it in my possession. Been driving it back and forth to work, kind of putting it through its paces, and I feel really good about where it's at. We also changed the ignition coils. It had some IG1A coils that were hitting the hood and had incorrect wiring. So if you are using an IG1A coil kit, keep in mind that you must follow the instructions or you're not going to have a good outcome. Didn't want to move to an R35 coil kit because down here in Florida, the spring and resistor tend to corrode up pretty quickly. And I didn't want to have a coil kit that was sitting up above the factory coil covers. These particular coils are the Bowden Thunder series, which have a fairly high output. Not CDI box level, but enough output that they can light off whatever this car is going to make. It's in a good state, makes good power, runs well, is manageable. With the traction control setup, it got some wheel speed sensors on it, and it does a good job at maintaining control of the vehicle, which is nice because it's so late in the game now that if you crash one of these cars, you have a really hard time finding crash parts. So one of my aims is to make sure that I give somebody their car back in a state that they're not going to just barrel it over a median and end up on YouTube. Pretty neat stuff overall. Big time Supra fan. I've been a Supra fan since I was a teenager and working on these cars since the early 2000s. So it's good to still be a resource for the community. While it's not my main aim to get back involved with a full-fledged car shop, I have the capacity to take on 1 or 2 cars at a time. Do have some exciting news that we are now 3 salespeople strong. So RS Garage is moving a decent amount of parts through the business, starting to make some revenue there, which is really going to set us free and get us set up for the future. So I really appreciate your support and you guys sticking with me as I roll through the punches. Thanks and have a good day.